Hey everybody, I am ARMR, and what I found time to play today is Kerbal Space Program. So let's get started. I stumbled upon this game thanks to a streamer pal of mine, Killer Peachy. You should check him out. He does streams from 12 to 6 every day. Or was it 12 to 7? Sorry, 12 to 7. And yeah, he's a great guy, and he plays this quite often. Anyhow, I'm gonna get a new game started for you guys, and we'll check it out. What they call it? Let's call it VTech. Why not? Or hell, let's call it after the channel, ARMR. And start. It's gonna load up, and here we go. Little introduction. It's all pretty straightforward. Let's see here. Okay, we can go here to accept contracts, which will basically tell us, like, you know, things we can do to get bonuses. These first two are extremely easy to do, and they're basically just, you know, make a vessel, launch it. So that's what we do. We go in here, and this is where we get to make our first rocket. Start off a command pod. We're gonna need a parachute. That's important. You want your guys to come back alive. And let's see what else can we add. Oh, we've only got one type of engine right now, so I guess we're adding that. And let's see if there's any other fun stuff we can put in. Ooh, science. Let's do some science. Okay, so pretty basic so far. We'll want to add some fins so that it doesn't just go wild on us. Now, one thing when I explored this a little myself that I didn't notice, and kind of ended up some funny results, you want to go down here to the staging and add in another stage. Because if you don't do this, then your parachute will go off at the same time as your booster, and, well, heck, I'll show ya. Why not have a little fun with it, right? Let's go to launch. And it's time to launch. And that's pretty much what happens. Not the most spectacular failure we could have had, but still kind of fun. We'll revert back to the vehicle assembly, which is a feature I love in this game. It lets you, if your launch completely fails, revert back to when you assembled your vehicle or something like that, so that you can get another shot at, like, not completely botchy launch, which makes it a lot easier and a lot more relaxed. And gives you room to experiment, which is something you really want to do in these games. Take a little time to experiment and just have fun with the different combinations you can make. Okay, so now that we've got the stages set up, we'll try that launch again. Right now our only missions are to make a successful launch and gather data from our Kerbal. So, let's get that going. Don't really have to, but I like to use up all my fuel. Oh, I'm gonna have to revert to launch again because I accidentally destroyed my chute, and one of the best ways to make sure you progress in this game is to make sure your chute survives so that your Kerbal will survive. Because if this little guy don't survive, then, well, you're not gonna make much money off it. So we'll activate the booster. Get that going. I like to get my crew reports when they're in the air. So there we go. And then we just let him slow right down, because that's what happened last time, is the booster went off and kind of fried, because it was still going fast, it fried my parachute. So there we go, deploy the chute. And yeah, now we just wait for it to land safely. I'm going to speed it up a little so we're not waiting too long. it's as simple as that. Of course, there are greater challenges later on. But this is your first kind of like, you know, get used to what is required to actually launch something, get it off the ground, and see how your guy does. And there we go, we've got it coming back down to Earth. I'm going to zoom in here and part of why I attached the science goo is because you can get more science from it by doing a observation like that. And here we go. Once we hit ground, I'll have my Kerbal climb out and we'll get the data from him to get our second contract done. There we go. EVA report. And then press B again and he goes right back into the ship. Now, we just go up here and recover vessel. And that'll bring our ship right back home so that we can try something new. And there we go, we just earned a whole lot of science for doing that. So, and then here, we recovered a bunch of money because we were able to get back our the parts we put on the ship. And our Kerbal even gained a little experience from that flight, so there we go. Okay, and then this is the little thing just basically saying, yep, we did our contracts. So our step will be to go back here again. And we have a whole bunch of new contracts. This is the one I want to do next. RT5 Flee. It's a pretty easy one, and from what I can read anyway. It's basically just launch and let's see here. Yep, just launch with that booster. And let's see what else we can do here. Yeah, this one test the the hammer booster. They want us to get up to a much higher height. So for now, we're gonna do the more basic booster and just try to build up our science here, because one thing we use the science for is to get more parts. So we've got our basics here, the basic rocketry, which has some really useful parts. I like the engineering stuff because it gives you the stack decoupler, which lets you add in more stages. Since they're both pretty cheap, we'll grab both of those right now. Leaves us with about 21, so we get to choose between general rocketry, which is basically more boosters. Stability, which will help our thing, like, you know, stay together in flight and go higher. Or survivability, which, you know, kind of important because we want our Kerbals to not die. So, I'm going to go with survivability first. And then once we do a couple more missions, we should hopefully be able to grab one of these other ones. Okie dokie. Into our vehicle bay here. Now, a handy thing while you're building is that down here you have a list of your contracts. So all it says here for the RT5 is to successfully launch. Well, we've already got a pretty good ship for that, so let's plug that out real quick. Okie doke. And 3, 2, let's do this. And yep, it's already good. Okay. A good indicator that I didn't learn about at first is over here. When that turns green or gray, that means it's safe to deploy your parachute. Like that first time earlier when I launched and accidentally shredded my chute. That's because I didn't notice that it was already in the red there. I got a bit impatient and I paid the price for it. And as always, when you're up here, take a crew report. Because even if you think it's not going to give you much, it'll at least give you a little bit of science off the mission. Do a little observation of the mystery goo. Yep. So not much because, I mean, we've already done this to the goo before, so not much new data, but still, every little bit will help. And again, I'll speed this up a bit so that we can get back to the landing. And that's one of the handy features of this game. I mean, sometimes you like to take it slow and sort of just watch what's going on, but sometimes it's nice to be able to speed up the slower bits. And yep, looks like we are going to have a perfectly safe landing, so let's speed that up a bit. And there we go. For the sake of it, we'll do another EVA. Have our Kerbal climb out and do the report. And again, that's just to get us a little more science. Okay, recover the vessel. And there we go. Three quick little things under our belt. Not a ton of science from that one, but still, like I said, every little bit helps. And there you go. That's the first little bit of Kerbal. I'm definitely going to come back to this one. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.